was harassing me and my family about child support, saying he wants money, he wants money. And a relative had to tell him that money had been taken from me every paycheck, so she didn't understand why he wasn't getting paid. So he must have looked into it, because after that, he stopped calling and asking about it.
Okay. Anything further, ma'am?
I just, I just would like to say that, I really wish that I could get the reset.
This case opens in Texas before Judge Washington Hill, and right away you can feel the tension. A mother is in court facing nearly $32,000 in back child support and medical support, owed to her own daughter, who is no longer a child at all. She's 23 years old.
Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Miss, okay. Then you may both lower your hands. And Miss Peoples, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We're here. The state filed a motion for entry of a qualified domestic relations order. Judge, it was filed on March 14th, 2024. Both parties were previously in court on May 14th, 2024. At that point, the case was reset for mother to obtain counsel. Judge, mother, Miss Richardson, Miss Embry Richardson, she's the non-custodial parent. She is requesting another reset today to hire an attorney. However, the state, as well as Mr. Bembry, will be opposed to the reset, and we're ready to proceed with an order. I guess that's the first issue before the court, is the mother's request to reset.
Ms. Richardson, this case has already been reset once for you to hire an attorney.
Yes, and I had spoken with an attorney, and I was in the process of retaining them. However, I was notified last week that they couldn't make the hearing because they have 2 trials for this date. And so now, so I never signed the papers to officially retain them, but I would like to request a reset so that I can either keep them, but possibly retain another attorney who will be able to make the next hearing.
Okay, so you didn't retain them.
I was in the process. The paperwork was sent to me. Then they let me know last week that they couldn't make the hearing today because they have 2 trials.
But if you had hired them, they would have requested a continuance. So I'm not understanding why that stopped the paperwork from being completed.
I don't know. But I can either retain them or retain another attorney, but I am asking for a chance to get legal representation, because last hearing that I had, official hearing that I had with court in Dallas County in Texas, I didn't have legal representation, and it didn't go well, and I really feel more comfortable if I can get legal counsel, and I've been unable to do that because.
So from May till now, when did they send you the paperwork? When did you start the process in May, or did you start the process 2 weeks ago?
Well, I first began speaking with them about it last month.
So last month was July, and you've had since May. Mr. Bembry, what's your position on this?
I was just notified last week that they couldn't make it today.
Yeah, but you didn't contact them until July, ma'am. Mr. Bembry, what
Yes,
is
ma'am.
your position, sir?
I just want to proceed.
Okay. And what's the state's position, Ms. Peoples?
The state is also ready to proceed today with the order.
Ms. Richardson, I believe you've had enough time to hire counsel. If we reset this in May, you should have had this tied down in May or June. So I am going to go ahead and proceed today. If you do not like the outcome of this hearing, then you have 3 days to appeal my decision and 30 days to file a motion for new trial.
The mother asks for yet another reset to hire an attorney, claiming she was in the process of retaining one. But here's the problem. She admits she never signed anything.
Ms.
I
Peoples,
was just wondering, could I get one more reset? Because before I spoke with the attorney in July, there was another attorney, and that one didn't work out. And so this was the second one.
okay. So we're going to proceed today, and we will, like I said, if you don't like my decision, you have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. Ms. Peoples, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. I'd first offer as State's Exhibit A, an updated pay record in the case, which has been emailed to the court's evidence box.
State's Exhibit A is admitted.
Thank you, Judge. And I ask the court to take judicial notice of the QDRO filing, specifically the divorce decree that's attached to the pleading.
So noted.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, the state is requesting that a QDRO order be entered for Ms. Bembry Richardson's 401k plan, Judge, per the attached, well, per the offered admitted pay record. Ms. Bembry is currently in child support and medical support arrears of $31,636.73. And so the state is requesting that amount for the plan for the Amazon 401k plan, Your Honor.
Okay,
And if I could call the father.
you may.
Mr. Bembry, can you unmute and state your full name?
It's not unmuting. Somebody got me muted.
Oh,
No,
we
you're
can hear you now.
unmuted. We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Can you
James
state
Bim
your name?
James M. Bembry.
And Mr. Bembry, do you understand what the state is requesting today with the proposed qualified domestic
do.
relations order? Okay. Are you in agreement with the judge entering the order so that that $31,636.73
I do.
from Mrs. Richardson's plan could be taken for the arrears?
I do.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
You may call your next witness.
I'll recall the mother. You can go ahead and unmute again, Ms. Richardson. And so, Ms. Richardson, you understand what the state is requesting as far as the qualified domestic relations order today?
I would like further explanation.
Okay, let me just, you disagree with the order being entered, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell the court why you disagree with the order being entered today?
Yes, the reason why I didn't agree with it is because I was never given any information about this case until I was told that I had a hearing scheduled. So all of this time I've been paying child support, which our daughter will be 23 years old in a couple of weeks. I've been paying child support. Child support's been taken out of my pay consistently. They get the money before I get it. And so I thought I was in compliance. And also there was some years when I was unemployed and I didn't have any income. And then when I did get another job, I was making nowhere near the amount that I was making when my child support was first assessed. And so I would like a recalculation of that, as well as I would like to find out how these amounts were assessed to me, or how was it determined how much money I'm still owing in child support after still paying almost 5 years after my daughter turned 18. In addition to this, I've not been able to see my daughter. I have not been kept up with anything going on with her since she was 4 years old. And so I haven't been able to see her or be with her or any of that, but I'm still paying more child support than what, according to my income, supposed to pay, especially with several years that I was unemployed.
She claims she didn't know about the case, insists child support was taken automatically, and argues she believes she was in compliance.
And so, I wasn't able to get any legal counsel on this before because of my money. My money was being taken. And then when I tried to get legal aid, they said I didn't qualify based on my gross income, but I wasn't even bringing home that much. It was some weeks for an extended time, I was only bringing home $100 a week. And so now I was asking for this chance to retain an attorney and have them finally look into my case because no one has looked into it on my behalf. And that's what I'm trying to get done now.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Ms. Richardson, did you ever file anything to modify the child support case yourself?
I didn't know anything about modifying the child support.
Did you
If
ever
I
ask
had
the
retained
attorney, hold on, did you ever ask the Attorney General's office to modify the child support for you?
I did not know to do any of this.
Okay. Did you ever inquire of them what you could do? Ma'am?
The only time I remember speaking with them was to let them know that she was turning 18, but I didn't have any knowledge of anything that I could do except what they told me to do, which was because I couldn't obtain legal counsel.
Okay, so you do admit that there were times when you didn't pay your child support.
The only time it wasn't paid was when I was unemployed and I had no income.
Okay.
But ever since I've had employment, child support has been consistently taken from my pay. Consistently. It hasn't been missed. As a matter of fact, there was one time when plaintiff was harassing me and my family about child support, saying he wants money, and a relative had to tell him that money had been taken from me every paycheck, so she didn't understand why he wasn't getting paid. So he must have looked into it, because after that, he stopped calling and asking about it.
Okay. Anything further, ma'am?
I just would like to say that, I really wish that I could get the reset. And if not the reset, I was wondering if there's a way that this case can be settled, because it's been many years now, and we both are trying to get on with our lives and go our separate ways. But never have I run from anything. Never have I tried to do anything except for the right thing. And I'm trying to, get my life in order as far as, what I want to do with my life and get this court case settled. And I was wondering, if there's any way that I could look back over the calculations for my arrears and also try to have some type of settlement or negotiation. And I further ask that my 401k not be touched.
Okay.
Because
So
it's not going to come anywhere near what they're saying I owe anyway.
As far as settling this case, that's something you would need to do between you and Mr. Bembry and Miss Peoples. And I don't know if there was any settlement talks discussed today or not, but as of today, and if you want to see how your child support arrears were calculated, all you have to do is ask for a copy of the payment record.
Yeah.
The payment record, and they will gladly give you a copy of the pay record. Has she been sent a copy of the pay record, Ms. Peoples?
Yes, Judge. Mother as
I
well as
have not.
Mr. Bembry were emailed a copy
I have
They
not received
emailed the
it.
copy when? Today?
today. Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Oh,
The QDRO is approved. The 401k will be contacted, and funds will be taken if available. If the plan doesn't cover the full amount, wage withholding will continue.
All right. So,
and I would also like to ask for those years of unemployment if they could be based on minimum wage instead of my rate of pay, because
Miss
I
Richardson,
didn't.
Miss Richardson,
Yes.
all of that is water well under the bridge now. The time to do that was when you were unemployed. We can't retroactively modify child support. The law doesn't allow it.
Well,
You
being
have
that
to
I
do
did,
it when it's happening. Okay? So I
being
don't
that I
have the authority to go back and change what your child support was up until now. It is what it is. That
being
you
that
were ordered to pay a certain amount, and that's what you were ordered to pay. I cannot change that.
being that I didn't have access to legal counsel,
It
is
doesn't
there?
matter, Miss Richardson. I cannot change it. I don't have the authority to change it. There's no such thing in the state of Texas as a retroactive modification.
And so as a result, and that still make me unable to get a reset so that this can be looked into?
Ma'am, you were given a reset to hire an attorney. You had from May until August. By your own testimony, you didn't start contacting an attorney until July. So
That
this
was
is going
after
to,
it.
okay, this is going to be my ruling. I'm going to grant the state's motion for the QDRO. As I told you before, you have 3 days to appeal my decision, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. What court is this out of, Ms. Peoples? The 303rd? You can appeal
Yeah.
my decision to Judge Laditra Atkins out of the 303rd Family District Court. She might have a different opinion from me, okay?
Well, the attorney that I'd spoken with that I told you about in July, that was the second attorney. There was one before that,
Okay,
but that one I decided not to go through with because things didn't work out with them.
okay.
So it's not like I waited to the last minute to try to get this handled.
Okay, Ms. Richardson, I've made my decision. You have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. Are there any
Okay.
other questions?
As far as a settlement or anything like that, that's something that's still a possibility.
That would be up to Mr. Bembry.
Okay.
Any other questions, ma'am?
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Any questions from you, Mr. Bembry?
What will be who's going to be contacting us next?
It will not be the court, so you'd have to speak with the Attorney General's office about that. Okay, sir?
Miss Elena, will you be sending me information, or what will we be doing? What are we going now?
So no, this will be, today was the final hearing. You both will get a copy of the order after the judge signs it.
Is it a possibility that I could speak with his attorney?
With whose attorney? He doesn't have an attorney. He's not represented.
Okay.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Peoples?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Bembry, if I can just interject here, you'll get a copy of this order, and then a copy of
Okay.
that order will be sent to her plan, and then her plan will either honor the order or tell the Attorney General's office why they can't.
Okay.
And it might have to be amended, but other than that, that's what'll happen.
That's
Is
what.
that
Okay.
correct, Ms. Peoples?
I have a
Yes, Your Honor.
question.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
As far as my plan, I guess you're talking about the 401k,
Yes,
which, like
ma'am.
I said before, there's nothing nowhere in it compared to the amount that you all are saying that I owe. So will the full amount be taken, or
That's
how
up to
does
your
that?
plan, ma'am.
And then as far as the other arrears,
You still owe
um,
them.
so okay, is there somebody I could speak to as far as how that's going to be paid, as far as my payment plans or anything?
Ms. Peoples, is it coming out of her check now?
It is, Judge. There's an amount that's coming out for the arrears now. So that would continue if the plan doesn't have the full
Yeah, if
amount
the
that what
plan
she's owed.
doesn't satisfy the arrears, the amount that you're paying right now will continue to come out of your check.
Okay, in the same amount that's coming now?
I can't tell you that, but I would assume that.
Okay, who could answer these questions?
Uh,
Miss-
so the Attorney General's office has the right to change those numbers. I
Okay,
don't know why they would change those numbers, but if you want to talk to somebody in the Attorney General's office, you can just call them.
okay.
Okay?
See, these are the types of questions that I have because I don't have an attorney. And
Okay.
so
Well, they
sometimes
can
you don't
answer
even
them
know,
for you.
you
All you
don't
have to
even,
do is call them.
sometimes you don't even know what you need to ask because you don't know what needs to be asked until
Okay.
it's, you know,
Anything
you don't
further?
know, yeah, you don't know what needs to be asked.
Why shouldn't it have been her own mother? This wasn't about fairness anymore. It was about responsibility. The attorney excuse? Pure delay. She wanted someone to undo the math. But the math doesn't change. Child support follows you until it's paid. Period. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.